Hello again, everyone. This video is about quantifiers. Alright? So now, what are the quantifiers? Quantifiers indicate amounts or quantities of things. And in this video, we are going to look at how to use in the differences between the following quantifiers, some and any. Alright? But before I get to quantifiers, I have to talk about countable and uncountable nouns. I made a video earlier about nouns and I discussed what a countable and an uncountable noun was. And to determine which quantifier to use, you have to know if the noun that you are describing a quantity for is a countable noun. So last session we have studied countable and uncountable nouns. And we have now that there are two groups of nouns. Yes or no? So the first group is countable nouns. What do we mean by countable nouns? And the second group we have uncountable nouns. What do we mean by uncountable nouns? Now let's start with countable nouns. Countable nouns have both a singular and a plural form, and we can count them. Alright? For example, 1 apple, 2 apples. 1 banana, 2 bananas. 1 lemon, 2 lemons. Now let's move into uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns have only a singular form, and we cannot count them. Remember, guys, uncountable nouns have only singular form, but countable nouns have both singular and plural forms. Alright? So, uncountable nouns have only a singular form, and we cannot count them. There are groups of uncountable nouns. They take no S. I will give you some groups and try please to remember them. For example, we have liquids like milk, cola, tea, coffee, water, juice. All of these nouns are uncountable. We cannot count them. We cannot say milks, colas, so they take no S at the end. Alright? Let's see now the second group, like powders or grains. For example, salt, sugar, rice, pepper, and saffron, cumin, and so on and so forth. The third group also is about meat. So we cannot count meat. For example, beef. Cannot say beefs. Alright? Lamb, chicken, fish, etc. There are other groups, and I have chosen only these groups. And please don't forget to write this lesson in the part of lesson. Is it okay? We have already studied this lesson of countable and uncountable nouns in the last video, but I want to just to remind you about it because we are going to need it in this lesson about quantifiers. And don't forget to write also the examples. So we have here countable nouns. There is an apple on the tree. There is an apple on the tree. In this sentence, we have the noun apple. And we have the verb is. So here, this sentence is a positive sentence, of course, and we have apple is a countable noun. Look at the second sentence. There are apples on the tree. There are apples on the tree. So, apple is a countable noun. We can count apples. Yes or no? So, in the first example, there is only one apple. But in the second example, there are more than 2 apples on the tree. Do you understand? So, countable nouns, we can make them plural. In this particular case, I just add S to apples to make plural. Now, let's look to other examples. Uncountable nouns. So, here I give you also 2 other examples. There is milk on the table. There are milks on the table. Well, the first sentence, there is milk on the table. Milk is uncountable noun. And in the first sentence is correct. But we would never say there are milks on the table. We cannot pluralize it. We can't add the S because it is uncountable, alright? So, if you can determine if the noun is a countable noun or uncountable noun, you will be able to use quantifiers with no problem whatsoever. And the first one we are going to look at is the quantifiers some and any. Alright? So let's start with the definition of quantifiers. What is a quantifier? What is it? So a quantifier, as its name implies, expresses quantity. Quantifiers can be a single word or a phrase and are used with nouns. They can be used with either a countable or an uncountable noun to express amount or quantity. Alright? So today we are going to focus only about some and any. There are other quantifiers. We are going to see them next video. In the next video, like much, many, a lot of, lots of, few, little. But today we are going to focus only about some and any. So some and any point towards a certain number or amount, a quantity or degree. So let's start with some, okay? Some is used in positive sentences, which means affirmative sentences, okay? So some is used in positive sentences with countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Examples. So look at these 2 pictures. The first picture we have, there are some apples. Apples is a countable noun. Yes or no? Here are apples. So we have 4 apples in the picture, and that's why we said apples with the S, because this countable noun is in the plural. And look at the verb are, there are. We cannot say there is some apples because we have many apples here. So we said there are some apples. This sentence is positive, and that's why we use here the quantifier some. Let's see the second example. There is some bread. Also here we have some. But in this example, we have uncountable noun, which is bread. So bread, we cannot count it. We cannot say one bread, two breads, three breads. We can't add the s, even though we have here a lot of pieces of bread. Anyway, so both of them are positive sentences. Both of them we can use some. So some we can use it with countable nouns in the plural and also with uncountable nouns with positive sentences. All right? That's it. Let's see the second rule about some. Some is used in questions. Remember, guys, in questions asking for something, which means requests. Okay? Requests. And also with both countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Examples: can I have some bananas? So bananas is a plural noun, is in the plural, yes or no? It is a countable noun. Banana is a countable noun, and here it is in the plural. So look at this sentence. Which form is it? Is it positive? No, it is a question. Here we are asking for something. We are asking for bananas. For example, you can ask your mom, "Mom, can I have some bananas, please?" Yes or no? For example, when you are hungry, you are asking your mom, "Mom, can I have some bananas, please?" This is a request. Also in the second example, can I have some bread? Bread is uncountable noun, and this is a request. Can I have? Can I have? Whenever you have seen the question starts with can I have, it means that it is a request. Let's see these other examples. Can I have some eggs? Eggs is a countable noun, and also this is a request. Can I have some eggs? The last example here, we have can I have some water? Water is uncountable noun. That's why we cannot say can I have some waters. We have already mentioned that the uncountable nouns, they don't take the s at the end. So the first example and the third one are countable nouns. That's why they take the s at the end. And the second and the fourth examples are uncountable nouns. And what did we understand from these examples and also from the rule? We have understand that some is also used with questions when we want to ask for something, which means requests. And we can use it with both countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Okay? Now let's see the last rule of some. We can also use some in questions offering something with countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Now let's explain again. What do we mean by offering? For example, look at this example. Would you like some strawberries? Here they are offering you. Yes or no? Would you like? Do you want? This is the meaning of would you like. Do you want some strawberries? For example, if you are in a restaurant, then the waiter or the waitress comes to you and asks you, for example, would you like some orange juice? This is uncountable. Let's take another example of countable nouns. Would you like some strawberries? Here we have strawberries. Strawberries is a countable noun. Yes or no? Yes, we can count them. We can say 1 strawberry, 2 strawberries, 3 strawberries. Yes or no? And this is a question about offering, how to offer something. Would you like some strawberries? You can say, yes, please. Yes, I would. You see now? This is a countable noun, strawberries. Now let's see the second example. Would you like some pasta? Here we have pasta, uncountable noun. And also here we have would you. So whenever you have seen a question, would you, it means that offering. And whenever you have seen, can I, which means request, or would you, which means offers, or positive sentences, so try to use some. Is it okay? Try to use the quantifier some. That's it. Now let's move into another quantifier, which is any. Any also has some rules. So any is used in negative sentences with countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. So you see now the difference. Any, we can use it with negative sentences. Let's see some examples. There aren't any strawberries. Look, there aren't. This is the verb. The verb is in the negative. Present simple tense, negative form. Okay? There aren't. So, it is a negative sentence. That's why we write here any. We cannot write some because some we cannot use it with negative sentences. We can use it with positive. But any, we can use it with negative sentences. Alright? And here we have strawberries. Strawberries is a countable noun. And we have already mentioned it that negative sentences with countable nouns in the plural. Yes or no? Now let's see the second example. There isn't any water. There isn't any water. So here also this is a negative sentence. We have isn't. The verb is in the negative isn't. Negative form. And also we have water. Water is uncountable noun. And we have already mentioned that any we can use it with uncountable nouns. Yes or no? That's why we put here the quantifier any. That's it. Now let's see the second rule about any. We can also use any in questions. Wow, in questions? With countable nouns in the plural and uncountable nouns. Now look at this. Look at this, guys. We have already discussed that some we can use it in questions, but which questions, which kind of questions are there? Questions of request, like can I? Or questions of offering, like would I? Or would you, sorry. Would you like, okay? But here, any, we can use it in questions. Whatever the question is. Okay? Whatever the question is, but it is not an offer or it is not a request. Okay? Now let's see some examples in order to understand very well. Look at these. Do you have any chocolates? This is a question. Yes or no? Yes, it is. And we have here chocolates. It is a countable noun. We can count chocolates. We can say 1 chocolate, 2 chocolates, 3 chocolates. Okay? Let's see here another question. Are there any carrots? Are there any carrots? Also, this is a question. Carrots is a countable noun. Alright, and we have already said that any we can use it with countable nouns in the plural and in questions. This is a question. This is countable nouns. Now let's see other examples. Is there any milk in the fridge? Is there any milk in the fridge? This is also a question. It is an interrogative form, question form, yes or no? And that's why we use any here. But in this example, we have uncountable noun, which is milk. Milk, we cannot say milks because it is uncountable noun. Uncountable noun, we use them only in singular form. Remember this. Now let's see this example. Do you have any cheese? Also, cheese is uncountable noun. So since it is a question, that's why we use any. So that's it, guys, about any. So any, we use it with negative sentences. So whenever you have seen a sentence doesn't, aren't, isn't, can't, something like this, so you should write in the blank the quantifier any. Okay? And also whenever you have questions, I said questions, okay, try to use any. This is from one case. From the other side, let's talk about some. Some, we use them with positive sentences, affirmative sentences. For example, there is, there are, okay? And also we use some with questions when we want to ask for something, like, can I have some orange juice? Can I have some strawberries? You see? And also we can use some with questions when we want to about offering. For example, you are in a restaurant and the waiter asks you, would you like some bananas? Example. Okay? Would you like some bananas? This is an offer. So do you understand now the difference between the two? Now let's move on to the practice skill, which is really essential. First exercise, circle the correct answers. So try to circle the correct answers. Circle some or any, one of them. Okay? There aren't some or any help. Number 2, do you know some or any Americans? It's a question. 3, we need some or any more coffee. Number 4, she's got some or any interesting friends. Number 5, I didn't have some or I didn't have any breakfast today. Number 6, he hasn't done some work for 10 years or he hasn't done any work for 10 years. Number 7, have you got some brothers and sisters? Or have you got any brothers and sisters? What do you think, guys? Number 8, I'm having some problems with my car. Or I'm having any problems with my car. What do you think, you guys? So circle the correct answer. The last sentence, are there some restaurants near here? Or are there any restaurants near here? Exercise number 2. In this exercise, try to fill in the blanks with some and any, and also try to name these food that are here, okay? There are, so some or any, and try to name these food, okay? Exercise number 3, fill in the blanks with a, an, and some. We have already studied before when do we use a and when do we use an. And we use it before the words or the nouns that start with a vowel. For example, an orange. An orange, we say an orange. An apple. An elephant. Yes or no? But a, the article a, we use it before the nouns that start with a consonant. For example, a banana, a book, okay? A copybook, and so on and so forth. So try to fill in the blanks with a, an, or some. After this, try to name these pictures, these things, okay? Try. I have already given you here the first letter in order to understand the lesson very well, or the exercise very well. Exercise number 4. Also, he circles some or any. Exercise number 5. Fill in the blanks with a or an. Just a or an. Okay? And the last exercise, fill in the blanks with some or any. Try please to focus on the rules that we have already studied before about some and any. Alright? So here is the summary about our lesson of today. So we have already discussed that some is used with both countable and uncountable nouns with positive sentences. This is first. And also with offering, like would you like, okay? And also with request, like can I, could I, okay? Can, the past simple of can is could, okay? And look at this example. He has some friends with him. This is a positive sentence. And you have friends. It is a countable noun. Number 2, he bought some iced tea for his friends. Here in this sentence, you have iced tea. Iced tea, it means an uncountable noun. We cannot count it. And it is a positive sentence. All right? Number 3, would you like some coffee? This is what? This is a offering. Very good. This is offering. And we have coffee. Coffee is uncountable noun. We cannot say coffees. It is a liquid. We have already discussed that liquids are uncountable nouns. Number 4, could I borrow some money, please? Also, this is a request. Okay? You are asking for money. You are asking for something which is money. All right? It is not a simple question. This question is a request. And money here is uncountable noun. We cannot say monies. All right? And about any, here is the summary about any. Any is used with both countable and uncountable nouns, usually used in negative sentences and questions. Okay? For example, she doesn't have any friends at this school. This sentence is a negative sentence. Yes or no? And we have here friends. Friend is a countable noun. That's why we add the S. Number 2, there isn't any milk left in the refrigerator. So milk is uncountable noun, okay? And this sentence is negative, which means there is no milk, okay? There is no milk left in the refrigerator. That's why we say there isn't. It is a negative. And number 3, is there any money in your bank account? This is a simple question, and we use money is a uncountable noun. Look at this question carefully. Is there any money in your bank account? This question is a simple question. It is not a request and it is not offers. Okay? It is not offering. Remember, guys, this. That's about the summary of the lesson of today. So, that's all for this video. Take a look at this summary carefully. So I hope that this lesson was helpful, and like I always say, keep practicing.